If you have not heard, I could tell by the 504 boys. This is probably out of your element. You're probably wondering, Chris, you talk so well about the 70s, 80s, and the early parts of the 90s. Why are you dipping off into the 2000s? Because, well, that is when your boy came of age. Everybody, you're right on time for another ride on the Groove Line with your host, Chris Stevens. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. We've reached the midpoint of the week, and we are getting to the point now where there is sunlight around 6 p.m. Oh my God, man. It has been a long winter, and I mean, if you have not been in the North Atlantic, Mid-Eastern region, or actually the Mid-Atlantic, Northeastern region is what I'm trying to say, you have missed a lot of snow. Like the snow that snowed 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, still on the ground, but it's starting to melt finally. But yes, today it's Wednesday, and Wednesday, I like to talk about hump day songs that, make you want to hump or are hump adjacent. And we're going to go back into time, into the personal backstory of one Chris Stevens. We're going to go back to the winter in the spring of 2001. Yes, 25 years ago. I was 19 years old. I was a young man who was still trying to find his way in the world. And, I eventually discovered my career path that year. I enrolled in a 4-year university, which gave me friends and a career. And I also discovered, adult, playtime, as it were. But one of the songs that kind of sort of always stuck out to me from that year was a song that came into my life shortly before I met my first partner. And, she was the kind of woman that never had listened to this type of music before. So it was just kind of weird to kind of try to play this for her. But, you know, you try different things, when you're 19, when you know better, you do better. And I would not play this song for a woman in 2026. And it didn't even feel right playing it for this woman in 2001. But just for nostalgia purposes, we're going to talk about this gem of a song today. This comes from the Master P Presents the 504 Boys Goodfellas album. Now, that album actually came out in the spring of 2000. The song we're talking about from Goodfellas is I Can Tell. Now, this one features Mac, J-Mo, Miss Peaches, and Mercedes. Now, you might remember that when Master P and Cash Money and No Limit did the most recent verses, that Mercedes was really irritated that she was not on stage to sing her parts on I Can Tell. And her parts were among the most revealing because you got to remember, Mercedes wasn't the first woman to rap and sing at the same time. She wasn't the first woman to rap about sex. But there was something about her tone on her verse that was just very hypnotic. Just talking about bending me over head to toe, 69 will be the next thing. I want to taste your body up and down from sun up to sundown. And then she goes into that, I want to make you more. And it's like, I can't do it because I have a deeper voice. But Mercedes' voice was like that of the college girls that, guys my age were trying to get. So it was just one of those things that, it's the music business is a nasty business. But as the song goes, it's a really nasty song. If you have not heard, I could tell by the 504 boys, this is probably out of your element. You're probably wondering, Chris, you talk so well about the 70s, 80s, and the early parts of the 90s. Why are you dipping off into the 2000s? Because, well, that is when your boy came of age. Again, I was 19 years old in the winter in the spring of 2001. I was learning my way as a human being. I was, coming into my own as, discovering sex and all of that. And this song played a pivotal role in that. And I would be lying if I said that song didn't spark like embers of nostalgia when I listened to it today. Like I was listening to it before I started recording this episode, and it was just like, yo, we were crazy. We were crazy because you got to remember, at this time, Black Planet was a huge thing. It was one of the original social media networks. Like MySpace will get the credit, Twitter will get the credit, Instagram will get the credit, Facebook will get the credit. But for Black people, we had Black Planet. And Black Planet, boys and girls, if you were not around back then, but those of you who were, it was a time. We learned how to code when we would hook up our pages. We'd have people sign our guest books, just tagging your guest book, just hitting your guest book up, hit me back. And we could put music on the page. And a lot of the girls my age, 18, 19, 20 years old of that era, they were putting, especially if they were from the South, they were putting I Could Tell by the 504 boys on their page. Like sometimes I would just stay on a girl's page just to listen to the song. I mean, she might look good, she might have some good pictures, but that song was just hypnotic to me in 2001. And it still has good memories for me today. But when you look at the whole 504 Boys experiment, it was a good try by Master P to kind of, you know, take away from what the Hot Boys were doing. Because you got to remember, it was Wheezy, it was Juvie, it was BG, it was Turk. Hot Boys, man, they had a whole lot going for them, especially when they came out with I Need a Hot Girl. And later on in 2000, like that song just took over everywhere. Like every girl was a hot girl. You know how most girls now are like hotties, like when if they're Megan Thee Stallion fans, Barb's like, Nicki Minaj's fan group, Barty Gang for Cardi and all of that. The hot girls were like the originals for millennials. They really were. Like you had to be a hot girl or a ride or die chick. Shouts out to the Locks and Timbaland for ride or die chick and Eve as well. It was a simpler time, folks. It was a simpler time. It was an interesting time to be a voting age. I mean, because I didn't even hit legal adult in 2002 when I turned 21. But being 18, 19 in the beginning years of 2001, pre 9/11, mind you, that I think that's another thing that we overlook when we talk about the history of the world and history of Black culture and different things like that. Everything after 9/11 just shifted for better or for worse. But before 9/11, the world as a whole was a lot simpler. I mean, we still had our difficulties. We still dealt with poverty. We still dealt with crime. We still dealt with, all different things that white people set up to knock Black people down. But the music was good. The TV was good. The movies were great. The cars were good. As a car nut, I miss cars that didn't have push button dashes and all of that BS. Again, a simpler time. But coming back, to this song, it's not really something that just sticks out for artistic sake. Like it's not anything groundbreaking in terms of the beat. It's a New Orleans style beat, done by Carlos Stevens, one of the Beats by the Pound folks that P employed. Beats by the Pound was like Master P's version of the Funk Brothers, basically. And it's a standard, down south strip club type of beat, and you can't beat it. I mean, it's hard to replicate because believe me, I've tried. Hold on. With my MIDI keyboard, I need to dust this thing off and try to start making some beats on here again and have y'all make fun of my beats if I decide to do it again. But yes, I've tried to replicate I Can Tell so many times and I can't freaking do it. It's hard, man. I mean, I don't know what Carlos was doing with the MPC, or maybe he was working with an 808 or a 909. I don't know. But most of that beat is just really hard for an amateur beat maker to try to ape. But it's still very much standard down south strip club, girls with the with the slim waists and the really big behinds and all of that good stuff. And it's not anything groundbreaking in the lyrical content. I mean, I do like J-Mo's verse. I'll do my oral exercises right between your thighs. It's so very pleasurable. I'll go places he won't go. You got to remember, 19 years old. I come from an era where we were just starting to realize that going downtown on a woman was actually a good thing, because there were dudes back then who said, no, I ain't going down there. And women actually accepted that. You try telling a woman that you're not going, in 2026, see how far that gets you. Trust me, not very far. But yeah, back then, that was kind of like a revolutionary thing. But yeah, as you can tell, I really enjoy talking about this song. Again, it's not anything. It didn't make any dents on the Billboard charts. It's just one of those cultural things that you had to be there to get. It's if you know, in the best possible ways. So if you have not heard I Can Tell by the 504 Boys and your ears are not that sensitive and you're not that prudish, go check it out. Come back, let us know what you think. But if you have heard I Can Tell by the 504 Boys, Mercedes, J-Mo, Miss Peaches, and Mac, please let us know what you think. We'd love your memories of it. We'd love to hear from you. And that's going to do it for this ride on the Groove Line. Greatly appreciate y'all as always. Contact information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you're notified of all the new videos that drop on the channel. And don't forget to like and comment on these videos because, as you all know, I do talk back in the comments. So thank you guys for riding with me on the Groove Line. And until the next time we ride, may you find the groove, or may the groove find you.